Hi everybody, Heather Coleman here, intuitive medium, Reiki and energy work practitioner and yoga instructor, meditation facilitator. HeatherLColeman.com, new website. Love to hear your thoughts on it. I'm super excited about it. So we're doing things a little bit differently around here for a while, and I thought, how cool would it be if I could give you maybe a deeper, more in-depth, enriched reading. We'll do it monthly, which I thought was a great change because Spirit tends to give us so much. And what I've been noticing lately is that a lot of the readings aren't only fitting into the box of 1 week at a time. So I thought, let's give this a shot. I hope it resonates with you. I hope this reading is helpful for you. This is a general reading for the month of October 2024, or whenever you're seeing this. We actually have 5 cards here from 2 decks that I really happen to love. We have our Angel Wisdom Tarot. We've got 2 cards from this deck by author Radleigh Valentine. And we also have 3 cards from our Angel Prayers Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. So let's get right into it. I love card number 1. I love this being the first card. The card is titled Focus Your Mind. And one thing that my attention is drawn to right away is the 6 points that have the colors of the rainbow. Well, we don't have an individual orange on here or like indigo violet. They're sort of like as one color, but for the most part, we've got the 7 colors of the rainbow. So what that's indicating for us for this month is that we would be very well advised to set the intention of balancing all of our 7 main chakras from root to crown. Roy G. Biv, so root for red, sacral for orange, solar plexus for yellow, heart for green, throat for blue, indigo on third eye, and violet on crown. So a good thing to focus on right now, those of you that might be looking for a new energy work focus for yourself, like maybe you're learning about the aura, for example, or just your energetic body. Great area of focus for you right now to look at balancing all of those 7 main chakras. Great meditation focus. You can absolutely go on YouTube, search and find chakra balancing meditations, singing bowl music. You can find that on your music system. So there's a lot of resources out there for this. So set an intention this month to balance all 7 main chakras. When our energetic system, meaning our chakras, and there are more than just the 7, but those are the ones to focus on right now, when those are in balance, when our meridians, our energy channels all through our aura are in balance, our mind is functioning so much better. And so there are many ways that we can work on focusing our mind, getting enough rest, meditations in which you focus on balancing your aura. I was going to say 7 chakras, but the word aura came out. So really put some attention on this for yourself, for your own wellness, and as a step to bettering your life. So card number 2, love this, and it really piggybacks, I think, on what we just talked about. We have the Star card from Major Arcana here with Archangel Jophiel pictured. Kind of piggybacks on what just came through about bettering our lives. All of us, I feel, who doesn't want to improve their life in some way? And why is that? Is it because we're never quite succeeding? Not really. It's because things are always in motion. Change is the only constant. So we're always traveling, figuratively or literally in some cases, in some direction. Things are never going to stay the same. So we want to always be focusing on our goals, what we want to manifest. Not to say we shouldn't enjoy what we have now, but we want to be doing both, right? And I know it probably sounds like an oxymoron. We want to be in the moment and looking to the future. So that message we just had about focusing our mind with energy work in order to help us improve our lives, that's going to help us in a lot of ways, because when we make a point to meditate, to find quiet time, to listen to our intuition, we know what's right for ourselves. We can see clearly the situations that we're dealing with. Jophiel helps us to see positive in our lives and the situations that we're in, to beautify our thoughts, uplift our view of life. When we're able to view things in a positive light, we are able to manifest more positive into our lives and around ourselves. And the star card has this axiom that often goes along with it, which is as above, so below. And what is so often meant by that is that what we are focusing on the inside in, what is called the imaginarium layer to our aura, what we are visualizing is real in the metaphysical, in the thought layer, and eventually is going to become tangible in the physical, in the 3D. So the star card is a message of as above. What's on the outside above us, so below. What's underneath, what's under all those layers inside of us. Now, do you understand that it sometimes takes varying amounts of time for that to happen? Some manifestation happens almost instantaneously. Sometimes things take hours, weeks, days, months, years, lifetimes. But the message this week is that by this week, month, whenever, right, focusing our mind through energy work, we have at least some control, maybe a lot this month, over speeding up that process of manifestation, of making real in our outer world what we've been visualizing and desiring, focusing on in our inner world. The more you focus your mind on what you want, the more that distractions tend to just ease away in your life. So it's worth the time regularly to focus on your dreams, your goals, whatever that is. What kind of relationship do you want? Did you have a relationship that didn't work out well, whether we're talking romantic or family or work or whatever, friends, anything? More than one? Okay, that didn't work out. We're not happy about that. What do you want to manifest? Turn the negative into the positive. You know what you don't want. What do you want? The universe is asking you right now, what do you want? This is an action year that we're in. It's an 8. So there's this ending to delays. And with this kind of an action year, the more you remain focused on the positive around you, what you do want, what you're working towards, the more faster you are going to get there. Call on Archangel Jophiel to help uplift and beautify your thoughts and watch the magic happen. I love that message. Third card, love this one as well. I love the image on this card. Healthy choices. This is an action year, as Spirit just had me say. And so when, this a little bit closer so I can give you a better view of the card. When we're in an action year, we can get so busy that we lose track of things. And some days we hardly have time to sit down. This card comes as a reminder to go inward. Practice yoga or try yoga. If you've been thinking about trying yoga, this is the time. This is the year to try it and to find a practice. To breathe. You notice this angel or woman, whatever you would want to call her on this card, is not in a rush. Her eyes, you can't even tell if her eyes are open or closed, but she's very present. She's aware. So slowing down to speed up is the key. When life is busy and you think you don't have time for yourself, make time for yourself. Stop telling yourself lies. Put the big rocks in your jar. Do you know what the big rocks are in your life? You better. Come on, make a list. You know this, right? Why do we forget the basics? I don't know, it's the human condition. That's what Jophiel just said to me. Jophiel. What are the basics that you need to do most days of the week? Exercise, relaxation or meditation, healthy food choice, get enough sleep, something for your mental health, whatever that might be. Whatever it is you do for your, kind of just for yourself, make a list. And those are the big rocks that you need to put in your jar every day. Don't let that slip. And if you're thinking that these things shouldn't be on your calendar, you have it backward, okay? because that's how the star card works. The universe doesn't necessarily respond to all of our words. Do you want to know what the universe responds to is our energy? So if your life is a struggle, but you continue to struggle, you continue to give yourself scraps, you don't feed yourself well, you don't get enough sleep, and then you blame everyone and everything else, you know what you're manifesting? You're manifesting more situations that are going to run you ragged. Now, that's not to say that you don't have to take care of business, but we all have the same 24 hours a day, and everyone I know, every person I know can find at least 20 minutes a day, sometimes more, maybe an hour or two, maybe more, to get some form of exercise, to sit quietly and breathe, to, even if it's just 5 minutes to sit down and just think, hang on, I'm not eating enough fruits. Let me add a couple things to my shopping list, or ask whoever in the household does the shopping to get this. You can do these things. This is the year to stop making excuses, pardon what's going to come out of my mouth, quit bullshitting yourself, quit whining, quit telling yourself, I can't. Just quit talking, quit yammering, make it happen. You're going to feel amazing. Good for you. Good job. Next card. Love the image on this card as well. Connect with music. One thing that my attention is drawn to here is the heart-shaped image of these wings. When we listen to and or play music that we love, our aura brightens up. We wash ourselves in love. It's a great way to raise your vibration. Now, we also talked about focusing our mind through energy work. That's part of the process of raising your vibration. And if you don't know much about the vibration level of your soul, check out my YouTube channel. I have some videos on that. Do some research. Talk to people that are knowledgeable about such things. But raising our vibration helps your mind to focus better. That keeps coming through. Helps your body to focus better, and helps you to have the life that you truly want and dream of. Now, also look at the position she's in. Kind of looks like a yogish position. And you know what? You can't tell whether she's wearing clothes or not because she's so comfortable in her own skin. Almost everyone I know, if they're over the age of 12 or 10, or for some reason people are very self-conscious about singing and dancing in public. And working with spirit as long as I have, these are the kinds of behaviors that hold us back from being our best selves. So get rid of that hogwash. Sing if you want to sing. Dance if you want to dance. You don't have to dance well. Play music. You don't have to play well. Do what brings you joy. Listen to music that you like. Make a point at least once a week to listen to music that you like. Doesn't matter whether other people like it or not. Find a time that you can listen to music that you like. It's a gift you can give yourself to see this big heart. She's surrounding herself in self-love. So card number 5, and it's kind of cool. We get actually back to the Angel Wisdom Tarot. The archangels play a really significant role in this deck, and I love the fact that once again we've got Archangel Jophiel. I can't make this stuff up because see, we've got her here. The little, if you look in that corner, that JO is the code for Jophiel. This is such a positive card, and what a wonderful way to end this reading. One of my personal favorite tarot cards. I mean, and those of you that know tarot, when you ask someone, what's the card you love getting? Sometimes you'll hear the Sun. That's great. It's not here now, but that's okay. The 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Water, you know, wishes granted, plenty of money. Cards like that. The 3 of Water. This is another card, probably my favorite out of all tarot, because similar to the 3 of Water, we also have this air of celebration in this card. Personally, I like this card even more because the 4s are often when we are at a point of completion or partial completion, again, an even number. The 3s are often something being in the works. Not that that's bad. Sometimes it's exciting, but the 4 kind of tells us like you're there, like you've completed a project or you've completed the successful first or third step of a project, and that foundation is just getting stronger and stronger for whatever you're building. This card, to compare the two, like the Three of Water, could indicate meeting a new person or just making that initial commitment, like, okay, we're dating exclusively. Versus this card could be seen as the engagement happened, the wedding date was set. So it's kind of like we might say a little, if the cards were to come up together, we could say that this card of celebration is sort of like beyond the Three of Water or Cups. And evenness. And again, we're in the suit of energy here, or wands. So a card of balance. You know, I like that we began and end with messages about your own energy. We have this again saying, let's focus on balancing our 7 main chakras. This would be a card to say that if you've been working on balancing your energy, it is paying off. Because again, the wands, 4 wands, if you can picture 4 points, like if you see yourself as in a big oval, which is your aura, you got like 4 points, kind of like a box, like a rectangle. All 4 points are even. Looking a little bit more into the image of this, these people to me appear as if they're in period dress, but for modern times. Like when I'm looking at this, first thing comes to mind is last summer when I went to Six Flags Great Escape and I saw a really good performance group for the Oktoberfest, I think it was. It was Oktoberfest, dressed up in like the traditional German, it was a band, a music band, traditional German attire, to really give the feel and the energy of celebrating that German culture and that German music. So the clothes look very authentic, but they're modern day. So what I get here is an excellent mix of being aware of our history. And we're talking about both the life we're living now and maybe previous generations, our family history, maybe your past life history. We're talking about, we can see where we've been. See, that looks like a Victorian mansion there. But that could easily be a house that is in good condition, has been renovated, that you can live in now. So it's old, maybe. But when we look at this, we're looking at both the past, the present, and the future. We're talking about you blending all parts of yourself. We're talking about you not losing sight of where you've come from, but also letting go of the past. You know, not remaining stuck in the past. We're talking about you stepping forward into your future, dancing with joy, wearing what you want to wear. There, you know, there's flowers all around this couple. And it's lovely, but it's also not over the top. It's very tasteful. And, you know, you don't really know their relationship just by this picture. They could be siblings. They could be character actors hired. They could be a couple. We don't know. Our souls, when they take on an earthly journey, it's almost like you're taking a part in a play. You're going to play a role, whether you're going to be a businessman, a mother, a state worker, government worker, self-employed, stay-at-home parent, whatever it's going to be. You know, we do such a good job of forgetting our soul history that we actually think this is all there is to our soul. So, if you've been doing the work in terms of knowing who you are as a soul, so we're talking the eternal part of yourself, beyond this, whatever your name is, this life you're living right now, you're balancing those aspects of yourself, of who you really are at a deeper level, with who you are right now in this earthly journey. So it's worth taking some time to reflect, to give yourself credit for how far you've come, and to celebrate. Celebrate yourself this month. It's April, you know, spring has sprung. There's an ending of delays, and I give you some closing messages here. So this year, 2024, and particularly this spring, 2024, for a lot of people, there is a real ending to delays. There's a real energy of things finally becoming unstuck, of things flowing, whether that's projects you've been working on, relationships you've been hoping to improve or find, employment opportunities, work projects, maybe just general activities. Maybe if you're in a choir group or you're involved in a nonprofit organization, a church. I mean, the list could go on, right? There really is an ending to delays and a reconnection happening. And again, that's one thing this card can, and for purposes of now, does represent. People finding their way back to each other in the sense of the isolation easing big time this year. A lot of people have been feeling very isolated. It began with the COVID-19, well, the immediate sense of isolation, close enough, isolation, happened when most things shut down for the COVID-19 pandemic, March of 2020. But what that served to do for all of us was really open our eyes to how isolated we are already feeling. Because of the ways that life has changed, more people work nowadays, especially parents are often very occupied throughout much of the day, evening and weekend, weekday, evening and weekend. We often are just very consumed with earning a living, raising our children, maintaining a home, what have you, that we don't have the same relationships built with, say, next door neighbors. Plus, we are a lot more mobile. We're in an information age. We know people at a bigger, let's say, mileage. If you think about today with vehicles and the internet, compared to the horse and buggy days when there was no internet, maybe you had phones, maybe you didn't. We're talking about different points in human history, but most people didn't have automobiles. You weren't everywhere. You weren't driving everywhere. We had the time and the energy that we knew a lot of the people that were right around us. This doesn't always happen nowadays. That's one reason we have come to feel isolated, because people tend to attract together now more based on common life purpose, like work or interests, hobbies, or religious beliefs. But at times, some of us just, for whatever reason, aren't gelling with any particular group of people, because it's not what it used to be in human history. It's not default. Okay, I go out my front door and this is who's around and this is who I know, because that's in essence what life was until about 100-ish or so years ago, early 1900s. So long story short, one thing, interestingly enough, that COVID-19 came along to do for us was to sort of take a radical leap to show us how isolated we've been feeling. And now, in our own ways, our souls are looking for new ways to reconnect. This is going to be a year of either renewed connections with existing relationships or people that you've kind of fallen out of touch with, and new people. And just know that for many of you, COVID-19 actually served as a buffer for certain relationships to fall away. 3 reasons that could be. 1, maybe those relationships were toxic for you and you needed to release them. Great job. And thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping us to cut those cords. 2, sometimes we just are moving in different directions from people. And some of those people may come back into our lives, sometimes not. That's okay, right? 3rd reason, sometimes we, when we are overwhelmed, need to distance from people, but it becomes lonely. So we are now remembering and rediscovering and finding new ways to connect with the people that are best for us to connect with. Enjoy this year. Enjoy the new connections, the renewed connections. Stay true to yourself throughout this process. Continue to find your time to be focused on who am I? What is my purpose? What brings me joy? And I am wishing you a beautifully happy, healthy, prosperous, and spiritually connected month. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel and you'd like to continue to get these updates, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up if you like this video. HeatherLColeman.com. We have an online Zoom circle coming up April 12th Check out my website for more information. It's that circle is enjoyed from the comfort of your own home. Guided meditation, facilitated meditation, and everyone will get an individual reading. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Much peace to you, much love, and namaste.